I know.
Yeah, I think this is on that system.
All right. I'm going to get my fire started while I wait for some people to come in. Got my...
The tiki torch is going too. All right, I'm going to do this for you.
Mm.
That's pretty camp. Look at that. All right. Check it out.
It looks nice. You did good. I said you did good. I'm not lying. Hey, anybody in here? What's up? I'm just getting the fire started. Waiting for y'all to get in here.
Oh, you know what? There's wood.
Did you put?
It's scrattled around everywhere. Here's some right here.
Let me see. Hey, what's up, Deb? How's it going?
You know what? I got that lighter fluid.
You can absolutely dump some on here. It wouldn't hurt. I'm always up for a nice big flame. How was supper, Dev?
Let's see that wick.
Just dump it on. Just squirt. Do a little squirty squirt, please.
Yeah, be careful of that.
Right.
It's tiki torch flame.
Really? When I use gasoline, it works much better. Clearly, there's a fire pit issue. What's going on, y'all? You know, the funny thing is, usually I start the daggone fires before I go live, and it starts like in seconds, right? And I'm like, I'll wait till I'm in the live and there's some people around to get it going. And today it doesn't want to actually start. So, how you guys doing? What's going on? Anything exciting happened this weekend so far for y'all?
That's not good.
It was late night last night for us. We were live until 3 a.m. Doesn't happen too often. Can you use some fire, please?
Yeah, we gotta go on over there.
All right, be right back. Matt will entertain y'all.
What's up, y'all? What's happening with it? With the fire pit going, man. We got some tiki torches out. I don't know if you can see them. Redoing this whole little area back here. We got, it's like a fire pit area. We're gonna build the gazebo and deck it out, man. It's our chill area. It's our relaxed area. Trying to do some home improvements with the tax money, you know what I mean? We got in here. What's up, Deb, Bella? What's up, Suze? So yeah, we're just trying to redo this area.
Of course.
What's up? Huh?
Did what I was doing. No problem. We're good. Got the fire going. They're ready cool.
Did what I was doing, huh?
Doesn't matter. Anyway, so hey. Y'all ready for some shit talking and pissing people off? Because I'm always in that mood. Hey, what's up, Bella? How are you today? Hazy, hey, boo. You're tired, Dev? I know. I'm tired too. Ash, what's going on? So, I'm going to drop the link. But I have a little story to tell y'all. You got time for a story? Word y'all are, you want to hear. But either way, she's a fucking cum dumpster. She has successfully managed to ruin many lives. When I say many, I mean many. Cheers. And I don't give a fuck about the drinking on the live.
What was that?
Well, I don't know. If something explodes, it explodes.
Yeah, you better watch out.
So,
Hello.
it's fine. I'm good. If it explodes, it explodes. What's going to happen? I get set on fire? Am I frozen? Am I still frozen, Ash? I gotta go to my room. He's got to bed.
Everything off the internet, then I have to get the wood, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a strong?
Am I frozen, guys, still?
Close your windows out.
I don't have any windows open. It never goes frozen out here. It's odd. Oh, that sucks, Dev. Hope he feels better.
Give me a sec, baby. Let's help you out.
No,
You don't have your YouTube on, do you? Your phone?
I just typed to ask. Can y'all hear me? It's back on. You could. Okay, cool. Anyway, so there's this chick, right? She's like 50. I've known her a long time. She actually lives in Ohio, and she kind of like forced her way into a trailer that really was never meant for her to live in. And after multiple divorces and just making men insanely crazy, pissing them off, stealing everything that they own, she turned around and, you know what, decided that she was not only going to be an old, ugly, saggy, haggard bitch, but she's going to turn around and sell dope out of her trailer. And you know what she's doing? She's using 15-year-old boys to sell for her. Isn't that nice? You know why? Because if they get caught, they're not going to prison, not like she would. They'll get some time, but they're kids, right? If she gets hemmed up, she's going in. She's going right up the road. So cheers to that. Hopefully she gets caught, because you don't use little kids. Second off, she's got more trafficking out of that damn house, and she prostitutes on top of it. So I'm a little sad my nephew has mental health. Aw, I'm sorry, Bella. I feel sad too. That sucks. It does suck. Especially when they're kids, because they don't really know, what's going on. They don't understand it. It's going to take a while before he actually figures out, how to level himself out and make it work. Oh, wow. That's still a kid. I'm 40, so 26 is young to me. Anyway, so this wonderful lady is literally torturing somebody else that I know. They don't live too far from her. Mind their business. Good people. Good Christian church going people. They're good, nice people, respectful. She has her little minions going up and like beating their truck and looking in their windows. They kicked in their door. They do all kinds of crap. It's just like they're picking on whoever the hell they can pick on. So yeah, this chick is like bad news, and she's very lucky I'm not in Ohio. Chances are if those boys get caught, they'll give. Oh yeah, they're totally gonna tell on her, most likely, but they're still gonna end up having to do time. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to go in for something. They're not gonna walk away scot-free, but they'll definitely sing, because they're kids. They have no idea what's going on. I'm going to have a cigarette. You just finished? Anyway, so I'll put this out here. Oh, Matt's going to get some wood for me. Awesome. Thanks, babe. Drop the link just in case not wanting to. No, you're cool. I don't mind. We can talk about anything. It's always open season here. I just was I'm really tired of hearing about this freaking woman. Like she's selling herself to people. She's got kids working for her. She's probably banging the damn kids on the side. Who the hell knows, right? Like, she's just a despicable human being. And I've heard so friggin' much about her that I was like, you know what? I'm going to go vent about it a little bit tonight. Because I was talking about her earlier with someone, and she literally, hey, Melissa, mwah, she literally is just insane. Like, these people actually had to go and get a restraining order against her. And then she turned around and went to the police and started lying and talking about them, making up BS stories, and then turned around and tried to get a restraining order back on the people that originally got it on her. You can't do that. What the hell is wrong with you, you dumb ass whore? Put your damn teeth back in. Go back in your house. Mind your fucking business and leave the little boys alone. Never heard of the story of this woman. Nope. I usually don't talk about stuff that my friends, and I chit chat about, but I asked permission because I asked permission if they cared if I shared the details, because we all kind of came up in the same roundabout area. So without mentioning names, I just wanted to make sure everyone was cool with it, because at the end of the day, who the hell knows if one person knows another. But I seriously hope that somebody knows who this lovely individual is, because I I would love for her to have her name put out there on, you know what, I might just say her name before this is over. But I'd love for her to find out that she's on my live on YouTube. I mean, YouTube goes everywhere. You have no idea how many people it could reach, right? I mean, she has no idea that she's on. She's being streamed on multiple platforms right now. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. That's what you get for being a whore and a child abuser. Anyway, I want to text my husband really quick to make sure he knows not to get way too much wood, because he'll go and grab everything. Say it isn't so. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Pete? How are you? So, on top of all that other lovely stuff I just told y'all about, sounds like a predator. Yeah, a predator. Absolutely. Just having teenage boys sell dope for you so you can't get caught makes you a predator on your own. I mean, that's just like you're completely violating just like the simple human decency code. And then you're banging them on the side. Are you fucking kidding me? And then you're like, what, is that how she pays them for dealing her dope? Or, you sold X amount of bags today, so I'm just gonna give you a quick blowjob. Okay, come on, darling. Let's talk about this rationally. I'm happy you're doing good, Pete. So, sounds like a hoe near you. Hey, well, if you want, click the link and we can compare our whores. Anyway, you know what's really funny is sometimes it's the ugliest bitches that decide that they're gonna sit there and become like prostitutes. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't pay 25 cents to fuck this hoe, let alone $1 or whatever else. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, Pete, she is having she's having teenagers sell dope for her, because if these little boys get hemmed up, they're going to go to juvie and shit, right? But if she gets caught at a 50-year-old lady, she's going to end up going up the road for some time. So that's what they do. A lot of people do that. It's actually a shame. I really hope she gets caught. So, all right, I'll just put it out there. She lives in Ohio. Her name is Stacy. Hey, Stacy. Miss you, boo. She's married to a guy and refuses to sign the divorce papers. He's been going through this for a long time, trying to get her to sign these papers, and she refuses to do it because she wants everything and anything that he has, and she's going to do whatever she can do to get it. Isn't that lovely? I mean, she's harassing her neighbors, vandalizing their property, fucking around with kids, having them sell her dope, and then she's refusing to divorce her husband. Oh my God. She sounds like a winner, right? I mean, where the fuck can I find one of them? I need to add one of those to my packages and fucking, I don't know, a notch in my belt. Who knows? I mean, I guess everybody needs a whore, right? The funny thing is that this was not funny. It's actually sick. It's disgusting. But she chose her husband because she knew he was sickly, and she completely abused him and took advantage of his situation. And I think that she's just trying to force him to end up having a heart attack or something. And that way she gets to walk away with everything, free and clear. And then she gets to own his residence. Lovely, right? Some people. I'll tell you what. Stacy is a freak. Super freaky. Yeah. She's definitely, I don't know. There's got to be a special word for her, but I'm not sure freak is it. She's definitely ruining these children's lives, because, I mean, not only is she being a horrible influence, introducing them to drugs probably way before they ever would have even known about them. I mean, I don't really know that area and where they're coming up, but I'm assuming that they wouldn't have hands-on experience with dope if it wasn't for this beautiful, lovely whore. And then with the prostitution, I mean, like I said, she's probably fucking around with the kids. I mean, even if she's an ugly bitch, you know what I mean? A kid was going to be like, yo, I just banged a 50-year-old. You know what? They're not all 10s. Shit. All mine weren't 10s. My husband's, all his exes weren't 10s either. Where are these kids' mamas at? You know, that's a good question. I have no idea. Probably thinking that they're, you know, in school or hanging out with their other friends, you know, doing kid things. No idea. Couldn't tell you. All I know is that this fantastic beast. Hey, Ben, you reap what you sow. You're right. Absolutely 100% accurate. She's just a horrid beast. Looks like a freaking water buffalo, a wildebeest. And she's preying on these children. It's amazing. Tell you what, she's fucking goddamn lucky. They're not my kids she's fucking around with, because that bitch would be a lot deeper than 6 foot. Are there any real 10s? I'm sure there's some 10s out there. Yeah, my husband, he's a 10, at least to me. He could be a 25 to some people. I don't know. That's what it is. I guess it's all a water buffalo. I'm telling you, man, horrid beast. So Stacy from Mansfield prances around the damn trailer park with her stupid little whorish ways with these freaking little kids pushing dope left and freaking right, ruining one life after another, including neighbors and husbands. I think she's on, her 4th husband, right now. I'd love to tell you stories about the previous 3, but I'm not gonna. I'll tell you what, though, she pulled an Anna Nicole Smith this time. Only difference is she doesn't have big tits and she ain't even cute, right? When I say wildebeest, I mean wildebeest. Y'all hear me say poop is on the ground. This is like the whole fucking body's on the ground. The whole bitch is saggy draggy and just looks like a damn slug. But, you know, you smile and you act all quaint, fool a person or two, and next thing you know, you're hitched. And that poor bastard had no idea what he was getting himself into. You can't say that and not tell us you're leading us on. Inside that account, leading you. Oh, Ash, explain. How am I leading you on? Saggy draggy. How did you find out about her? I actually know her. And some friends of mine know her. And you know, moose knuckle. No, babe, not a moose knuckle. You know, I keep in contact with some people and we chit chat about what's going on and beef curtains, Ben. And you know, it's just, you know, word of mouth, and what goes around comes around. And you know, I've known her for a long time, so she's always been this way. I just didn't realize how horrible she really got in her old age. You said you'd tell us about her ex-husbands, and I said I'd love to tell you about. Okay, so we have one ex-husband who signed over all of his property to this hoe, because it was like life insurance and all this shit, made sure that everything was in her name and whatnot, and then turned around and well, she was fucking everybody under the sun. I don't know, probably like 30 people in a month or so. I'm not really sure. A month, 2 months. I don't fucking know. But because he's, you know, half of mine is everything that you own. Half of you, what you own is mine. Half of what I own is yours. You're married. Hey, you know what? Half and half. On top of that, he signed everything and her name as a beneficiary. So there was no prenup or anything like that. So she ended up walking away with a lot more than he thought he was going to lose. Poor sucker. Hey, gamer, how are you? Quiznos number 5. Gotta pee, then I'll jump on. Yeah, come on. Tell us what you think about this fantabulous, lovely young lady, Stacy. You know, it's always the chicks that have like these like, you know, weird names, like Marissa or Kate or Stacy. Like, just not weird names, but they're like easy, normal names, right? They end up being fucking the worst of the worst. I mean, like, I can go dumpster diving and have a lot more fun than that I could ever have hanging out with these chicks. Quiznos, are they even around anymore? You know, now I'm gonna have to look it up, Bella. And if I find one, I will gladly post a picture of my community. They got rid of it over here. Bruce, hey, what's up, Bruce? How are you? Matthew, are you in here still? Or I think Quiznos is around still. Is there Quiznos anywhere, Matthew? Anyway, so I'm just chilling, hanging out. Fire's not very big. I bought a new fire pit, and we're good. It's just a vent bitch session. You know, sometimes you just have to let it out, and you know, y'all know me. I enjoy letting it out. So we ended up using and abusing our previous fire pit, so we got a bigger one. And that's what took me so long to come on after he got off his live, because we had to dig up the old one, dump it in the trash, put the new one together, bricks around it, go get wood, and then he went to get more wood for me, because you can never get enough wood in your life, right? And that is that. I really enjoy the fact that this friggin' fire pit is so much bigger than the last one. It means that my fires can be much taller, much bigger, and last a lot longer. And since he is not home, because he went to get me more wood, he cannot tell me it's too big, it's too high, stop. Last time I had the friggin' fire, it must have been like 5 feet. It was at least my height. He goes and runs and grabs the daggone hose. Come on now. We're just sense of adventure. So who on this lovely Saturday evening, well, it's midnight, so it's, well, good morning, y'all. Sunday morning. Anyone having a beer with me? I know I vented about this one chick last night who kind of sideways tried to throw a dig at me. And I came back at her in my own little way. But she decided to tell me that I'm too funny. I'm not really funny. I mean, I amuse the shit out of myself. But if you ask my husband, he'll probably tell you I ain't all that funny. So, it's what it is. But I enjoy my company. If I had a beer, I'd have one with you. Well, I have one right next to me. If you want, come grab it. Yeah, this chick was trying to school me on the fact that I have no right to say that I'm in recovery because I have an alcoholic beverage once in a while. I was like, really? All right, let's talk about this. This will be fun. Like, first of all, I never said I was fucking sober. I said I was clean. I've been clean a long fucking time. You don't get to take that shit away from me. I'm 40 fucking years old. If I want to have a stupid fucking drink once in a while,
Oh no.
And you don't get to take that away from me. I did recover from drugs. Never once did I say that I can't have a beverage. And if I want to have a beer with my YouTube family or my husband and do it in moderation, it's no one's decision to say whether or not I can say that I am clean. Because fuck you, how? I haven't done drugs in 13 years, at least 13 years. You know, thank you, gamer. My mom asked me the other day, she's like, when the hell are you going to grow up? I said, when I look my age. She didn't think that was a appropriate answer, but I mean, hey, the day I look 40 is the fucking day that I'll act 40. Maybe I'll be 60 by then, and then she'll still, well, God willing, she probably won't be here in 20 years. She's going to be 81 this year. But, you know, we'll see. Hopefully. Assholes love trying to bear theirs out. You know, it just makes me laugh because, you know, just who the fuck are you? Are you holier than thou? No. You put your stupid fucking pants on the same way I do, asshole. And you know what? I might put my pants on with a beer in my hand. I don't care. It's not your place to tell me that I did not recover. Because just because I'm not doing dope doesn't mean I can't have a beer. So cheers to you and everybody else. And Stacy. Anyway, here's Susie, the Chihuahua, the Chiweenie. Right?
Tweenie.
Am I echoing? Stupid mom.
Are you? I don't know. I
can hear myself. Like I say something and then I bounce off myself. I'm like, that's what I want. So I don't know if you can see, but Matt put like tikis around the area. My new little fire pit setup. I like it. It's nice. And it was really easy, much easier to build than the last one.
Congratulations on the new fire pit, honey.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's like my baby. Y'all know how much I love my fires.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Tell me what you think about this fantabulous horror, Stacy.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I think
Mansfield, Ohio, if you want to be exact. I have to actually look it up. I'm pretty sure I have the name of her trailer park too. If any of y'all are in that area, you can go say hey to Stacy for me.
I might, or might not.
What do you think of her? I might or might not.
Well, I mean, I think you and Matt need to come up to Ohio. We want to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I told him that that y'all, gave us the open invite, and that I gave y'all the open invite. So, whenever, whatever, if we go there, you come here. It's up to beep your damn horn at me. I know you're there, bitch. Just pull up in the fucking car in the backyard. He's gonna out the car and be like, babe, you shouldn't say that.
Oh, that's my open invitation to Stacy too. Pull up.
Thank you.
Pull up, Stacy.
That pulls, right?
Come over for a cup of coffee, Stacy.
What up, Debbie?
I've got the coffee in the whole state.
My little cartoon picture of the little horror. I don't know if you guys actually read what it says, but that my thumbnail, that bitch looks better than Stacy. Bruce said, "Hey, babe."
There's
2 years.
We could have like a bunch of us. Have Bruce come up.
We could get together and go on a witch hunt. We can go out a Stacy hunt.
Well, I have open invitation. Stacy, pull up. Come over for some coffee.
Lace up, ho. Put your pants on and put your sneakers on.
I'll leave my door unlocked. You just come on in, man. I'll give the killer instructions not to bite you.
Oh, that
or to catch anything. No.
Susie is very vicious. You can when Debbie tries to go to bed at night, because we talk all the damn time on the phone. I hear her bouncing all over Debbie. She's all grrr, rah, rah, trying to get Debbie to sit there and play with her. And Debbie's like, "Go to
bed." What? Oh, and I'm like, get off of me.
So go if I could on a Stacy hunt. Yeah. That actually would be really. What if we all marched around with fucking torches in our hands, hunting down Stacy? I think that'd be fun.
True story.
Stacy's mom's got it going on, yeah. Except for Stacy's mom don't have shit going on. Bitch is dead because Stacy killed her. Not really. I'm sure she had a heart attack because of her daughter being such a fabulous person.
It's really sad because they start out that way and they end that way. It's really sad.
Let's Save the Boys protest. We could totally arrange something like that to come out there and
like the Gabby Petito protest. Absolutely.
Yeah, but
gosh, congratulations to poor Gabby. It's her heavenly birthday.
Today, 23 years old today. She would be 23 years old and she's celebrating heaven.
That poor baby and her family,
Thank you, babe. Thank you a lot for everything that you did to help me tonight.
Thank you, Matt.
Stacy's not fucking Ben. Got it going on.
Oh, see, I can't read any of the comments. Hi Ben, hi Bruce, hi Pete, hi Gamer, Susie P. See, I have Susie Q right here. She's my little Susie Q. Baby, I love you. Look how she goes ballistic when I sing to her.
Do you want to sing us a song, Dev?
Well,
sing us a song. You're the piano man.
I was just saying, Susie Q. I like the way you walk.
I love the
I like the way you talk.
Right, I agree. I have no idea why anybody does half the shit that they do. I mean,
Well, you know, it's
What part in
fiction.
like humanity, like what part of the human brain did shit just go upside down and sideways, right? Like
I mean, have you ever like used drugs or alcohol for like 30 years straight? You know, if it
not
wasn't
30 years straight, because
prescribed.
that would have meant I started at 10, but I started at 12, so
Well, if
close.
she's 50, then it's been 40 years. I mean, just nonstop, you know, just doing things. I mean, there's men that have unfortunately had to do what they've had to do to get their, fix. And like,
Yeah, but you know
uh,
what? I'd rather fuck a watermelon than sit there and have to bang her for a bag. But
it's
you know what?
hideous.
A junkie will do what a junkie has to do. Sometimes it ain't pretty.
You know, you were talking about that just a couple minutes ago about somebody saying you weren't in recovery. Now, listen, okay, I had over 5 years completely abstinent from everything. And
Right.
then I had one wisdom tooth, which I completely forgot about, you know, and I guess it got neglected or whatever. And it started to cause me really bad pain. Okay. And where I'm at, you know, I can't get my Adderall, which I need. Like right now, I'm kind of mellow because I just ate dinner. And man, I pass out afterwards. Everyone's like, don't fall asleep after you eat. You know, that's it. Whatever makes
Oh,
you
that's funny.
gain weight or whatever, right?
You're not supposed to eat right before you go to bed. You're supposed to
Well, you know what?
have
It
time.
doesn't matter when I eat, like, so I don't eat all long because if I do,
Matt will
man,
get up in the middle of the night and eat a half a gallon of freaking ice cream and like 10 brownies and three freaking yogurt cups and not even know that he did it the next morning. And I'll wake up with trash in between us. Or freaking, I came to bed late one night and I had empty pudding cups on my side of the bed as if he didn't expect me to come lay down. And I just washed all the bedding that day. And I get in there and it looks like shit stains
oh
just
my
smeared all over
God.
the sheets. I'm like, man, well,
You know,
I can't stand you.
someone turned my ex-husband, off of like cookies in bed. The crumbs were just too much, for him. So he actually had this rule. He's like, no eating in bed, especially cookies, you know. And I'm like, well, that's fine, I don't like
He
food in bed.
does. And then there's crumbs
Oh,
all over the damn place. Wake up with a fucking chunk of cookie in your cheek, and you're like, I didn't even fucking have these cookies in the middle of the night. Meanwhile, they're stuck all over me. It's like he plants them there.
well, you know what I used to do? I used to go to McDonald's and buy like a bag of like 10 or 12 little burgers, and just keep the bag on the top shelf in the fridge. That way I don't have to get up and make a snack or whatever in the middle of the night. And when I'd wake up in the morning, there'd be, wrappers just everywhere. And, the dogs would like be looking at me like, yeah, we were
Yeah,
eating
we did it. What you gonna do about it?
burgers.
Come at me,
so,
bro.
so I'd actually said, so you couldn't find the trash can, I mean, how hard is it? It's a wrapper from a sandwich. He's like, well, me and the dogs. And I'm like, yeah, it's always the dogs. I mean, he'd sit there, him and the dogs, and kill a pound of lunch meat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, sometimes I'd get up at
He's
4 in
actually
the
just chopped up some mangoes because he goes and he gives them to the rabbits.
They like them.
Because they like them. So he goes out of his way to make sure he chops up some mangoes. And these little garbage like disposals. Like Alice will eat right out of your hand. It doesn't matter. Like I was eating a cup of Wawa mac and cheese, and I had some mac and cheese on my spoon, my spork, whatever you want to call it. And she comes up, hops up, sniff, 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 and she goes and took my food, my mac and cheese, right off my spoon. Like, all right, then I guess you're not supposed to eat that, but yeah. And you know what she did? She freaking tipped over a can of beer that Matt left on the coffee table out on my front porch because I have a nice little setup out there because I have instead of a garage, they put a big screened in front porch. So it's like a 1.5 car garage size. So I have like a nice pull out sofa and whatnot, and some tables, and it's decent out there. It looks good. That's my favorite place to hang out. And he left beer on the table, and I didn't realize that there was anything in it. And Alice knocked it over, and it spilled all over the floor. And then her and the other rabbits all go and drink it. I'm like, you guys cannot have beer. I'm like, you have a bunch of drunk ass rabbit. No, I'm yelling at you, bunch of drunkard. Like, what the hell, man? Like, stop drinking the beer. Go away.
It's bread in a bottle. It's just bread in a bottle. It's fine.
And yeah, well, her children were only like 8, 10 weeks old at the time. So I had a bunch of drunk babies hopping around. Stumble
That's
hopping.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, frequently, but they can celebrate their birthdays once in a while.
Bunny's getting drunk. Yes, Bella. You make me laugh because she says she has a little chihuahua, and she's like, pees on the wee pads, no problem. Then he wants to be a jerk and pee wherever he wants to sometimes. And she's like, why? It makes it crazy. I was joking with him the other night about how I'm gonna end up needing wee pads because, like, I always have to pee. I'm getting so freaking old. Like, I'm peeing every 10 minutes. And he's like, you're not putting pee pads in the bed. I'm like, oh, it might happen.
Hey, I really don't know, but I mean, they're awesome. I love piddle pads.
The lady
They're
I take care of, I do home care. She eats in bed too. Oh, white bedding, and she has chocolate smeared all. Oh, man, I have some horror stories from when I was a nurse for as long as I was. I was a nurse for like 12 years. And yeah, you never know what you're gonna get.
Shit in their pants? Tell us some shit stories.
Yeah, some shit story. I guess I have some shit stories. This one lady.
I have one. Pretty good.
Oh, go for it.
All right, yeah, you tell me. I'll tell you mine.
I'll give you one at the end. I got banned from Holiday Inn.
Okay, here's mine.
You shit in the Holiday Inn?
Yeah, but I was drunk.
Yeah, but you were drunk. It's always an excuse with him. I've always wanted.
The one you know about, I don't know if Matt knows about it. I'm not going to tell it because it's completely hideous.
Tell us. Yeah, for now. Just like they said, I was leading them on. You don't hold back the goods.
No, I'm going to tell that. Well, this one that I'll tell, is just like a bump, not
Right.
a drum roll or anything. It's just a wah, wah, wah.
Hey,
So I was running a room lady, and she was really touched in the head, but she didn't start to act wacky till after she got the money in her hot little hands, And then, man, all bets were off. Like, she would eat Valium, and it would spin her out like she was, like, on meth or something. I mean, she was spun so hard. She never slept. She was
a lot of people have that effect.
No, I don't know. I take a Valium, and I'm, like, in a coma, And it's supposed to do.
I don't think Valium works for me because I have issues sleeping. I have bad insomnia.
Well, I can't get them where I'm at. I can't get my Adderall. I can't get my Valium. So I just abstinent from everything. But when I have my tooth problem, I decided a couple drinks would help. But it was strictly medicinal.
Hey, it's better than going back on what you used to be on.
Right.
Very true story. I had a hysterectomy December 4th, and Matt ended up moving in with me on the 12th. Yeah, December 12th. And but he called me, and his mom came to see me in the hospital. And as soon as I woke up, I made them pull the IV out and stop all pain meds. And they're like, "Are you serious? Like, you just had a major surgery?" I'm like, "No, I don't want it." They had me on high dose of Dilaudid, and I pulled the plug. I'm like, "Nope, I'm done. I'm not doing it. Take it out." Pulled the IV out, and they were like, "You can't just put your IV out." I'm like, "Don't tell me what I could do. Get the shit out of me." And I did not take any pain medicine at all whatsoever. And when I thought about it, it actually made me feel guilty. Like, all these years clean that I've had, and because of a surgery, I ended up with opioids back in my system. And I mean, like, I get it. I didn't do it myself. Like, they did it, and it was for the right cause, the right reason. But when they were like, "Why?" And I just looked at them and I said, "Because I've been in recovery for a very long time. I'm a heroin addict." and I don't want this shit. And they were like, okay, well, what do you want for pain? I said, Tylenol, ibuprofen. They're like, are you serious? They're like, Percocets or something. I'm like, Tramadol. I said, no, I want fucking ibuprofen. And then they're sitting there, you know, fussing and arguing with me. I'm just like, listen, I don't want it. But Matt will tell you, I refused. I refused all pain meds. I wouldn't do it. My mom sat there and was like, no, you need it. I don't need it. I don't want it. I'll deal with it.
I mean, thank God.
Just super glue my ass back together and I'll be fine. But mouth pain is the worst pain.
Oh yeah.
No, that's a very serious. They gave my aunt. She was a lot older than you at the time, and she had a complete hysterectomy. So they gave her a huge bottle, like 75 perk 15s. And
I had three refills of Percocets. My mom filled the first bottle, and I'm like, Mom, I don't want them. I just need 800 milligrams of ibuprofen. I'll be straight. And she filled it, and she's like, well, I'll hold on to it. I'm like, all right, hold on to it. And she kept asking if I wanted them over and over again. I'm like, Mom, what part of fucking opioids do you not understand? What part of used to be a drug addict do you not understand? And she's like, all right, fine. So she put them in my freaking bathroom medicine cabinet, because then she ended up getting sick and had to leave to go home. And actually, that same day that she left, Matt was on his way to me. And the only plus I can say about having it there was the fact that no matter how much pain I was in, and no matter how, any kind of addict ends up having those phantom highs. It doesn't matter how long you're clean. You'll end up getting that smell, or you'll end up getting a weird, it just happens out of the blue, like a ghost.
Sure.
You just feel like you're like a phantom high for a second or two. But having it there showed that I didn't think, didn't think I was going to be strong enough. And it proves that I wasn't as weak as I thought I was. So I flushed him.
Really?
I flushed him right down the toilet.
Oh my goodness! I would have.
Actually yelled at me. He's like, "Don't you might need them." Like, I don't freaking need them, and I flushed them. And he's like, "All right," but I still had 2 more refills, so I threw out the prescriptions. I threw out everything. I just didn't want anything to do with it. I don't need temptation. I don't need anything, and I was good, and I was happy to not have to use it. But I was freaking eating that damn 800 milligrams of ibuprofen left and friggin' right, popping them shits like Tic Tacs. I'll tell you what. But this last Christmas, I celebrated 3 years without my lady parts. And funny story is that, bed rest, no driving. You can't do this, you can't do that. Single mom, walking up and down 3 flights of stairs. Had to go shopping, had to do this, had to do that. You have shit to do. You just can't not do life, right? And I was supposed to stay in bed and be bedridden until my 6-week appointment came up. And well, I was cooking and I was going up and down the damn stairs and I was doing whatever I had to do, go shopping, and Matt was there. Hey, Incognito, what's up? Thank you, Pete. I start bleeding. Y'all don't want to hear it, but you're gonna, because I don't give a shit.
Goodness.
I ended up ripping because he was at work. And when he came home, he was freaking out. He's like, put water on it. I'm like, what the fuck is water gonna do? He was like, what about if you squirt peroxide or something? I'm like, really, bro? He didn't know what the fuck to do. I ended up ripping out 3 stitches. I popped 3 stitches because I went to the store. And I was carrying bags for my car all the way up the stairs and going all the way back down, going back up, and I was cooking and doing what I had to do. And meanwhile, I'm ripping. I have 3 stitches ripped, and he's like, "That has to hurt." Like, yeah, it hurts. Shit hurts, and I'm bleeding. Well, Mr. Worrywart made me go to the doctor, and the doctor's like, "I told you to sit still and not do anything." He's like, "You're destroying my work." I was like, you know what? Single mom, shit to do, kids to take care of. I said, are you going to come over my house and go shopping for me? Are you going to carry my bags? Or are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? And he's like, no. I was like, okay, well, you have a boyfriend or a husband or something? I said, yes, I have a boyfriend. He just recently moved in with me. He can't do things for you. I'm like, after working hard labor job for 14-hour days, you expect him to then go to the grocery store and go shopping? Like, I have shit to do, man. And I wasn't putting my whole life on hold and not doing what I had to do because I was told I had to. I mean, it was the only thing holding in my freaking intestines and everything. So just hypothetically speaking, had I ripped all my stitches out, all my innards that were left would have just, it would have been fun, giving birth like an octopus. But, shit happens. You got to do what you got to do. I saw an interview. Danny Trejo. I loved him.
Danny Trejo.
I loved him. Said he was in prison with Charles Manson, and he used to let Manson hypnotize him to make him feel like he was on H. Really? That's interesting.
Who said that?
Incognito mode.
Oh, is
and you're right. Ibuprofen and pain opioids.
It's a really smart name, Incognita instead of O.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Because the A is the feminine version. Because incognito would be the male. Like Chico means boy and Chica means girl, The A is always the feminine version. So that's pretty intelligent.
So when I cuss the bitch out, I'll say motherfucker.
That's right. That's right.
Motherfucker.
I just thought of something crazy, but whatever.
I can only wait. You'll talk to me about it later.
Yes.
Matt's he's like, what are you doing? Because I was like, all right, Dev, I'll call you right back. Matt's calling because he calls me on all his breaks and stuff, and he's always done this for years. And
I thought he would poop on his breaks because he had a.
I think the only reason he comes home for lunch is because he wants to take a shit in like his private own personal bathroom.
Absolutely,
that's why he comes home for lunch. It's not because he wants to see me. It's just because he has to, he's got to drop a deuce.
Well, you know what? It's kill two birds with one stone. It's a win-win. So
I'll be home in like he'll be like, I'll be home in 5 minutes. Okay, cool. But he's like, what are you doing? Cleaning and talking to Debbie? Because what I do is I have you on speakerphone and I put you right here. So you're right here and I talk to you the entire day for hours while I clean and do my chores on speakerphone. And then I talk to him when he calls. And then I hang up with him and then I call you back. He's like, what'd you do today? And I'm like, well, I talked to Debbie on the phone for about 6 hours. And then we duo called for about 3 or 4. And he's like, really? I'm like, what else do you do? What would you do if you were home?
It's nice.
It is nice. I like it. It's a nice fire pit.
That gazebo, look, pimp right there. The gazebo?
The one that we're going to build? Yeah, we have major plans. See you swinging. Just the swinging.
I usually just set the phone down on whatever table is nearby,
It's easy to carry it around on my shoulder, like my little parrot.
I like to set the phone on top of coffee cups, So, because I always have a cup of coffee, so I just set my coffee down, set the phone right there. And if I take a break from whatever I'm doing, then I'll sit down and move the phone and drink my coffee.
We're planning on.
What does it say? It says
we've completely fixed and reconstructed this house in so many ways. He's looking around like, we sit there and look around at all the crap we did when we moved in, and the house has come so far. It's that we've raised the property value of this house by what, $70,000, maybe more, and we're getting ready to do some more stuff. And we just found some plans, and we're gonna build a really beautiful gazebo over there behind, which you can't see. That swing actually had the canvas over it and whatnot, but we had a really bad hurricane and it flipped it over. I had a gazebo that I built, and I see everyone's like, "What? Why don't you just leave it for your husband? Why didn't you just leave that for him to do?" I'm just like, because he's at work.
No.
He doesn't have to come home and have more shit to do, right? So I did everything I could do, but I'm not tall enough. I needed a ladder. I needed more than one person. So he gets home, I help him, and he screws shit together and whatnot, and it was beautiful. Well, the gazebo tumbled and went that way. The swing flipped, and the So now, there's no canvas on top, covered it, whatever, but it still swings, so can't complain. Oh my God, what does everyone think about the transgender swimmer athlete?
Oh, that's bullshit, man. That dude, whatever.
What do y'all
is.
think about the transgender female UFC fighter that ended up crying because she got her
The
ass
China
beat?
girl.
She got her ass beat by the freaking dude that she was fighting. Like, are you serious?
That's crazy. That's crazy. You can't do that.
Get out.
Oh,
Oh my God, what is going on?
What the fuck was that?
I don't know what to do.
Come here, honey.
You don't know.
Are you all right, Noel?
What happened? You got your head?
Asshole. You think it's fucking funny?
I
I
don't
don't
know what
find.
the
Wait
hell
till
that
I'm
was,
off this live. I'll show you how fucking funny
What
it
the
is.
hell was that?
I don't know what it was, but I'll tell you what, it fucking hurt.
Yeah, no crying, Matthew.
Yeah, there's.
What was that? I don't know what the fuck it was.
Did
Oh
you?
my God.
I don't know. Did you put a Molotov in there when I wasn't looking?
Oh, I know what it was.
Oh, he knows what it is now.
I threw it in.
I almost died, and now he knows what it is.
Yeah, we saw that. We were witnesses. You know what?
I lost some hair. There's a sick man. I got
Let
burnt
him know.
back. It was in my hair. I couldn't get the damn thing out. Probably have holes in my pants. He's fucking laughing, motherfucker. You laugh.
It was,
Yeah.
you know what it was? One of them solar lights. I threw it in there because it didn't work. That fucking thing busted.
Oh, are you kidding me? There's copper and stuff in there.
Oh, well,
And he says, just because I'm big and muscles and I have tattoos doesn't mean I'm stupid. Fucker.
man, that shit was crazy.
Man, yeah, I'm straight. I'm good. I'm not going to die over it. But yeah, I did get popped by the freaking fire thanks to the husband who's probably going to be signing divorce papers tomorrow.
Damn, that light.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, Ben. Something blew up all over me.
They didn't hear?
We'll pray for you, Matt. But
Nobody
no
heard?
crying.
Yes, say a prayer for him.
You hear that? Jordan?
Remember when we were watching the UFC and the China lady or some lady come out and I asked you, I texted it, I said, who's that man in the skirt? I mean,
I'm good, everybody. I'm okay. Even if I wasn't, I wouldn't.
God, you scared the hell out of
Can you
me.
imagine if my freaking
they
head
hear it?
set on fire and like I just have like a freaking
Did they hear that? Did
a
they hear it?
flaming
Huh?
head?
They heard it?
Yeah, everyone heard it. They all saw it too. I have 13 witnesses to contest against you. Keep your great. We should discuss your future ideas before you do them.
That's a great idea. I agree with that.
I mean,
But you know how men are, man. They just grab the bull by the horns and do whatever, and then if stuff explodes.
Whoever asked that, there's a dude, he's a transgender, right? And he's creaming these chicks.
crazy me either.
Like no one is getting close to even, he's smoking them. Blowing out records. And
But he's fighting girls, man. Did his mother teach him?
the crazy, you know,
I mean, if they transform, technically,
he's breaking records on the women's swimming.
Oh my God.
I mean, look, he's got a folded sausage inside out. They should at least put the asterisk there. Because if you get caught with steroids in baseball for the home runs, they put an asterisk by you. This
Right.
dude's folded sausage inside out, no asterisk, you know? It's messed up.
Do you know what?
pieces off of myself.
Do you know what this?
Everywhere it burnt me. I'm gonna look like I had chicken pox later.
Where
Oh, it was just a tiny little thing. Yeah, it's small, but it's cute.
that on your hair?
My hair, my neck, my arm, my computer, my ass, my leg that now has a hole in my jeans. It was in my sock. Hazy doesn't like to shit anywhere but home either, so at least Hazy understands. Yeah, my son will be like, I've had a poop all day. I'm like, why don't you go to school? I'm not pooping there. Like, oh, okay.
Look, I have a deer antler. It's a
I
Nyla.
like not see the UFC man woman.
The UFC, yeah, man. This chick is. They're not gonna do nothing about it.
She got banged up too, like bad.
Oh, the UFC dude.
Have you all? Can we talk about slapping contest?
The who? What?
The slapping contest. It's the funniest thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
They have the women's, and then they have the men. It's not, you know. co-ed, really. But like these women, they get all psyched up and they stand there and there's like, like the over the top contest.
Yeah.
There's a table there. So there's a little table there. And I mean, they chalk up, they chalk their hands because, they don't want to like smack sweat all over their face. They stand there and stare at each other and literally take turns just slapping the shit out of the other person.
Yeah,
And the men's contest, did you see it, Matt?
those dudes are monsters. They're huge dudes. They get
Well,
knocked
what's funny is
What's
because
wrong?
I'm gonna go gather some more shit up.
what I liked about it was when they went to the media.
Technically, you're not a real woman, though. I mean, technically, yeah. I mean, she sewed up her vagina and added up a. I mean, does like okay? Serious question, y'all. If I were to turn around and be like, you know what, I'm gonna be a dude tomorrow. I'm gonna start the process, right? Taking the pills for whatever, growing chest hair, right? And I decide to like chop off my tits, and then I decide to, do what I gotta do and get a penis, right? Why? Because you know damn well that shit don't get
What
hard.
one?
You know you're not gonna have a fucking orgasm. So why would you want to have a fake penis? Why? Get a fucking strap on, bro.
What if you had
I mean, if you really want to have a penis.
If you had a
Can I put my 2 cents in because I was in the women's penitentiary where those people are housed with us. Okay, there are
I thought they
You
were
know,
putting transgender chicks with dudes nowadays.
well, I think it's a little bit of both, but what it is there are men in the women's penitentiary, but they're undergoing the change.
Transition.
Now these people walk around full beards because like they just got out of admissions, and you really don't. Well, look, you dropped your toy. I have to grab a toy real quick. She's so spoiled. I don't know where it went. It went in between the night table and the bed. All right. Well, you're kind of screwed, huh, puppy?
What?
When I was at the reception center, I was passing through.
Uh-huh.
Dude, he's like he has tits and shit. Like, I walk in, just getting there, and he's like, "Hey, it's Mark." I'm like, "Oh hell no!" And he's got tits. So I'm like, "Oh," he's like, "Okay." He's being all the way flamboyant with it. So when I went to chow, I'm like, "Sorry, man. Hey, you got to do something with that, man, because I can't live with that, man. You got to do something with it."
So you want to hear a true story?
Got my room.
Matt went into the gas station one day and was like, "What's up, bro?" And he went, and the dude was going through the transformation, had a feminine voice, and then Matt like double looked and he was like, he has very feminine, ways about him, features and whatnot. He might have had boobs. And then Matt goes back up and he's like, should I call you bro, chick?
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I don't want to offend you. And then they had like a 20-minute conversation about it. And then he goes back in the car and he tells me about it. And I'm just like, really? Okay. Cool.
It's an oddity, but like I was saying in the women's pen.
I said, how much is it, bro? He goes, well, actually, it's a she, and it's 26 whatever. I'm like,
Right.
Oh shit, my bad, man. I'm like, well, then I said, well, isn't that a compliment then? And then the thing laughed, and then
Thing.
I'm like,
the person
whatever.
laughed.
Then I was like,
Exactly, the individual.
Dude looks like a lady.
In the admission, somebody came in, and didn't have a penis anymore, even though the person was born with a penis. And now it is in the women's admission. So other girls, because I guess it's boring, were like, I'll give you a Kool-Aid or a shot of coffee if you show me your thing, And
Did it look like a real vagina?
well, people were like, it's really, just like there's nothing there, It's just it's just
like a Barbie doll, it's just flat.
like us.
They don't even give it
And-
a little.
I don't know what was going on. I really didn't want to get involved. I stayed in my own little bubble. I just did my little program and I didn't care about anybody else because they were
That's
just
even worse.
fast.
Like you can't even have sex because you just have a flat. Like it's like why?
But
Why?
I don't like, like
I can't
they have,
imagine just having my vagina sewed up into a flat nothing. What
they
the
have
fuck's that
like
gonna do for me?
there might have been a little, what? There might have been a little, indentation, but they have beards and I don't want to offend anybody, but
I hate shaving my legs. Could you imagine having to shave your face too?
especially there because it's
And
so
then your
difficult.
non-vagina you have to shave, but I guess you don't have to cut yourself or worry about it. You're just like pshink, pshink, pshink. It's all flat like a barb. You didn't.
It's difficult to get a decent razor, The
Yeah.
razors
And then it's
are
a really good brand new sharp razor and like shh, 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 have my vagina just wash down the drain. Sorry, it'll grow back.
well. Speaking of which, that that hoe that you were talking about,
Stacy.
I was thinking it must be like throwing a hot dog down a hallway, But I have someone near me that might be that person, and I've heard that she has stretch marks down there. I've never heard that in my life.
Like around the hole?
I've never heard it in my life.
Does she have kids? No, she doesn't have kids. I don't think she has kids.
The hoe?
Yeah.
No, that dude is messed up because
I think drag queens are fun, but it's those that take it too far that are just a bit strange. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful, aren't they? My
I can just
phone is
imagine like Matt and I going somewhere and they have like a drag queen show and like the dude just comes up and starts rubbing on Matt's head.
that would be cool.
That would be fun. I would actually pay. I'd be like, yo, I'll give you $100 if you give that dude right there a lap dance.
Well, a lot of them are just beautiful. Uh-oh. Are you there?
I'm here.
Up, though. If you got a little girl,
Oh, because
Inside and
I don't know. My phone just started cleaning itself. Those.
girl, right? Seth, if you had a little girl, and she's like a really good like a soccer or softball player, all throughout little middle school, and you put a lot of money into all these programs and all the trips, and then bam, she gets to high school, and she's doing good. She's freshman.
no, Bella, you're straight.
She's freshman now. She's sophomore. She's on JV, and then this weirdo comes in, and he's just like, 6'3", 240, and now he's kicking all the soccer balls, and he's just like all-star of the team. He just snags her scholarship or something. That would be that, man. That's messed up,
So I went to school with a chick and her brother, and they're both like the same height. They were like 6'3", both like boxed up. Like she could totally be a dude if she wasn't a chick, right? She played on the boys' football team. Her and her brother did, and they ended up having them on opposite teams because if the two of them were together, they'd just fucking squash the other, the opponents. So they were on opposite teams. And I mean, like, bro, let me just fucking tell you, if I saw either one of them running at me, I'd be like, tuck and dive, drop down on the floor, like I'm dead.
Yeah.
No, thanks, Nina. Bella, open. We're open here. We can say whatever we want, and it is what it is. No one cares. I think we're all pretty
like that.
Besides, there's not many of us left anymore, so.
I don't know. My StreamYard completely went kaput because my phone started trying to clean itself, and then
it didn't go kaput over here. I saw you.
Well, right, my camera's right there, so you guys see me, but I can't see you.
Can you see me now?
No, honey, it's me. It's my end. Because it just started trying to, I don't know, get rid of garbage or junk or cache or whatever.
Pete said, "Oh my God, at a hot dog down a hall, I nearly peed." I mean, you just like think about it, like think, throw a weenie down the hallway, and it's just like bing, 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 bing.
My goodness.
I mean,
that's like the time I told you about the remote control flying down the hallway, and it ricocheted and went into the bathroom and landed in the bathtub.
It's just not fair to put a transgender on neutral women's team and have them compete. No, I agree. Actually, my son, my oldest son, he was on the wrestling team for a long time, and he was really good. But they would have him wrestle chicks like his age, and you know, it has to be fair. Chicks have to be able to wrestle. Chicks have to be able to do whatever a dude can do. It's fine, but I think that there should be like chick tournaments and little boy tournaments, right? But what am I to say? That's just my idea. And he's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I said, you're supposed to fucking pin the shit out of her and not lose. That's what you're supposed to do. I'm like, she wants to wrestle a boy, then treat her like a boy. He's like, well, where do I put my hands? He's like, what if I touch her boobs or her butt? I'm like, dude, take her down. Well, the 2 times he wrestled her, he let her beat him because he didn't feel right. Which, I mean, I can't blame him, right? You know,
That's awesome.
Shows he was raised right. He's got respect. But I mean, like, if you're gonna have a little girl on the wrestling team and she has to wrestle a little boy, you know what I mean? Like, the little boys shouldn't have to be put in a position where they're just like, I don't even know where to touch her, where to grab her, like, you know. I don't know. I just feel like that was an unfair situation to put him in, not because he let her win, but just because he was overly concerned. Like, what if I hurt her? Where do I touch her? What do I do? I can't pin her down. And I'm just like, pin her the fuck down. She wants to wrestle a boy. Show her what a boy can do. But he apparently he doesn't think
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I don't think that just because you go from being a chick to a dude does not mean that you should be able to fight against male components in like UFC or whatever. I mean, shit. You remember Lance Armstrong or whatever that dude's name was? And they said that he ended up having faster bicycle tournament times because he was missing a nut. Because one of his balls were taken out because he had
didn't he have cancer?
Testicle cancer. And he
Can
ended
you
up
drop the link, Kenny, please?
I can. And they were saying that he got faster time because he was 1 ball lighter. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
It's like what, like 5 ounces, 6 ounces? I mean, it's just
I had a complete hysterectomy, and I'm like, I'm gonna end up losing like 10, 15 pounds, no doubt, right? They're like 3.5 pounds, 4 pounds. Are you kidding me? I went through all that for 4 pounds. It was really cool though because I got to like see it. I'm like, yo, can I take it home? Like, put it in a jar of formaldehyde and keep it? Because technically it's mine, so why can't I keep it? You want? I'll kick you, and then just click the link. So yeah, I ended up not being able to take my insides home with me. Boo-hoo. And after that,
my baby,
I was like, well, can I at least see it before when I'm done at surgery, before you throw it away or whatever it is you're going to do with it? And they were like, well, you're not going to remember. I remember. It was a big old bolt in a tray. And I'm like, they're like, you wanted to see this and that? And I'm like, okay, waking up. And they're like, this is this is that, this is that. I'm like, it looked like a bowl full of jelly to me. I didn't know what the fuck it was, but I'm like poking at it.
Okay.
I'm like, did I just finger myself? You didn't turn your camera on, Dev.
I know. I'm reading Ben's chat. If you want true equality.
What? True equality? Did I miss it? True story. A guy meets a woman, takes her on a date. He makes his first move of his shirt only to find he drops the date off, comes to the bar, and tells the whole bar, well, we never let him live it down. So my husband knows somebody who did not know a dude was a chick. And they were at the bar. They were at the bar drinking and hanging out. And everybody apparently knew, except for his friend, that chick was a dude. Well, dude thought it was like the best thing in the world because chick liked him and was all into him. And they're all making out and stuff. And like later on that he finds out that the chick was actually a dude. And he was mad as hell at Matt and everybody else. He's like, why didn't you guys tell me? Is they're all laughing at him. And they're like, hey, you're the one that wanted to hook up with her. Like, who am I to tell you no? The funny thing is that I actually know the person, so it makes it even funnier. Yikes, right? Could you imagine thinking that you're hooking up with a dude and then you find out that it's like a transgender chick? Or vice versa?
Right. Well, that's the strange thing about the women's institution. It's like there are so many
Gotcha.
that have the little, like butch haircuts and, walk around trying to, pass himself like off as little boys or what, yeah, young
Another
boys.
true story. And it's about Matt. When he got out of prison, oh, come on, it's fun.
What are you talking about?
The person that was hitting on you. Somebody made themselves out to be a chick and was hitting on him, and he had no idea until he got a picture of the person. It was a dude.
I mean, she might have sent a picture of her boyfriend though, just to be funny, because maybe he found out.
I just told it you heard it.
Huh?
Oh, stop! He's all angry at me now.
Well, it happens. But my friend and I used to ask each other, like out in public, sitting.
That's true, Ben.
10 feet away from each other, we'd say these females, that are trying to act like studs or whatever. How does it feel when you strap that maxi pad on every month? Makes you feel manly. It's just, but they
I
got
don't even know why, like, a dude would want to be a chick. Do you know how lucky they are to be able to stand up and pee anywhere they want, whenever they want? I mean, why would you want to lose that?
I was telling you about the ladies in the army. They can stand up and pee. They have those little.
Yeah, they have the things. As a peewee or something that's called. I forget what it's called. I was like, I need one.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I mean, I'm a, I
don't know what you did, but whatever that is burns good.
Well, we got not much left, man.
I know, there's not much left to burn.
Oh, shit.
So the bunnies really enjoyed their mangoes, huh?
Yeah, I sent you. There's an oopsie. I sent you pictures of Clarence in bed with me today.
Oh, cute! I didn't get him yet.
I texted you that earlier.
I used to give my bunnies the big bunch of carrots, and they like the green stuff at the end of the carrots. The greens. They like dandelion greens. I used to send him for romaine lettuce, and I take scissors and cut it up, I wash it, cut it up real well. They just, like extra in addition to the alfalfa pellets.
Right.
And they really thrived.
Thank you, Hazy. At least someone thinks like me.
What'd you say?
About being a woman or a little girl on the boys wrestling team with my son. She said, "Oh, what a sweet boy you have. He does have a lot of respect and was raised right, but at the same time, I do agree with you. She wants to wrestle dudes. Well, you get pinned like a dude." That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. Look what I caught. Oh my gosh.
I'm fixing to open one. Oh my God. If they have a menstrual cycle every month, they would not want to be right. Well, how is that even fair? Like, don't trade your penis for a vagina and then not get your period, homie. Like, what the fuck's that about?
I don't know. That's crazy.
It just like, I mean, really? Like, I don't care. You want to be a chick, but I want you to have every part of the chickliness, including the periods. And while you're at it, you might as well be giving childbirth. Try doing that off, 100% friggin' natural, drug-free. Shit ain't fair or fun. That hurts. Ain't easy either. Squeeze a giant-ass watermelon out of your vagina, pain-free, pain medicine-free. And then you gotta sit there and, get stitched up. If you get rid of
difficulties.
No worries. It is what it is. My youngest son had, I swear to God, he had like a head this big, and I absolutely refused to I have pain meds. They wanted, kept asking me, you want this freaking epidural? I'm like, no. And the dude came in one more time. I'm like, if you ask me one more fucking time if I want that fucking epidural, I said, I'm going to shove it up your ass. Never came back again. It smells like barbecue. And then it's getting time for him to come out. And I can feel that his head was bigger than my oldest son. And I was like, can I have a local? And they're like, but I thought you didn't want pain meds. I'm like, listen, there's a difference between numbing my vagina and giving me pain meds, an epidural. They're like, okay. So they go and they do their thing and they turn around. And I swear to God, the needle was like this long. It was like a garden hose. I was like, what is that? They're like, it has to go inside and, outside. And I'm like, what? Can I change my mind? But no, they did. They gave me the local, and I'm happy I got it because it would have hurt doing it completely 100% without any type of numbing down there. But
I had that kind of situation when I had the metal plate put in my wrist. I had, totally discussed with the surgeon that I wasn't going to have pain meds. I wasn't, going to go through all that because...
Ash, get your face in the house.
What?
A little bit.
Ash wants to see the fire.
He wants to come out by me. He's a pain in the ass. He doesn't leave me alone. Ben says, I'm working late at night at a gas station. This black dude asked me if he could blow me. He said, you don't have to touch me. I got so mad, but I was behind the counter. Could you imagine? Can I give you a blowjob?
Yeah.
You can't touch me. Just close your eyes and enjoy the ride, homie.
It's like if, a really, well, I call them butch, like imagine if a butch, person, was really forward with you. I mean, you'd get mad.
I mean, I guess it's flattering, but,
tick you off, trust me.
just say thanks, but no thanks. I mean, I've had chicks hit on me before. It is what it is. Like,
we're the lipstick lesbians.
I really don't, ask all the details. But then I ended up having friends that I've known my entire life. And then, I mean, like, they've been around the block 20, 30 times, right? Like, they know they've been with their fair share of dudes. Like, they should be a cutoff limit, and they surpassed it. And then they ended up being lesbians. I guess they had so much dick that they decided it was time to be a carpet muncher. And I was like, okay, we're chilling. And my friend's like, I was like, who's that chick in your profile picture? And she's like, it's my girlfriend. I'm like, your girlfriend, like your girlfriend, or your girlfriend, like you're a lesbian? And she's like, I'm a lesbian. And I was like, okay, cool. And she's like, you're not mad at me? I'm like, I don't care who you fuck, like whatever. But then, like, thinking about it, I had 3 friends, all chicks, grew up with them my whole life, hung out with them, spent the night with them, all kinds of crap. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to ask each and every last one of them. And I did. I'm like, yo, I got a question for you. Like, what? I'm like, how long have you known you've been a lesbian? They're like, since I was this age. I'm like, yo, I've known you my entire life. And at that age, you were still fucking dudes. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, I have a question, a serious one. I said, don't be weird. Don't be shy. Tell me the truth. I'm like, what the fuck? What's wrong with me? Like, why didn't you ever hit on me? Like, am I not good enough for you? And like, they all like gave me their own little answer. But for the most part, they're just like, well, we didn't think you'd be into it. I'm like, well, I'm not. But I mean, like, what the fuck? Your whole, you've been a lesbian for 20 something years. I've known you for like 30 years and you never once hit on me. Like, come on, way to go. Way to boost the bitch's confidence.
Because they're not going to approach somebody that isn't, possibly interested. Nobody wants to get shot down and they already know that there's nothing happening with you,
Well, I mean, still at least be like, hey, baby, want some fries with that shake? Some shit. Like, offer, a ride on the flying carpet.
I mean, that happened to a friend of ours.
I wouldn't have accepted, but I mean, what the fuck? What? I mean, what's wrong? That it kind of makes you go, really?
A friend of ours did that, to him. She was like, well, I guess I could give you a blowjob,
That's why a lot of male to female trans get killed because they meet up with men. And when, yeah, you're right. When they're hanging out and the guy finds out he's actually on a date with the man, he's not a woman, he gets mad. I mean, I think that you should
piss people off, okay?
You see that beautiful face right there? He's glowing. Uh,
He's got the soul glow.
yeah, they know who's straight and who won't go. Well, I mean, okay, just because you have great data doesn't mean you can't just be like flirtatious or, hey, Noel,
Oh, that
any,
happens.
any chance that you go both ways or something? I mean, I don't know.
This
But I did. I
lady,
seriously was like offended. I'm like, why didn't y'all ever hit on me? Like,
a
not that
group,
I wouldn't have taken you up on it, but I mean, like, what the fuck?
a group of us were like giving the urine samples for like a CO, and the one lady was totally hitting on me, and I was like, okay, so I moved to the other side of like our lineup,
Right.
and she was being really obnoxious. So I don't know if she must have been high. So she come over there and
Probably could have been overly confident.
yeah, she was something. And so I moved over there and she moved over there and was still being a pest. So then I moved back to the other side and the, head lady in charge, let's read this. Oh, there's Susie. Isn't she cute? The problem, loved your friendship too much. Right. I mean, they're not going to do that. It's like,
I know,
why would I
get it? But like, I
what?
never knew, like, my whole life until they came out that they were lesbians, and I wasn't mad or upset about it. Like, I don't care, you do your thing, do what you do. But I never judged them or was offended or whatever. I mean, like, they all hung out with me so long. They've seen me naked. We've gone swimming into the beach and chased dudes together and stuff like that. It was just like, I just kind of felt like weird. Like, not that I would have taken you up on the offer, but like, I wouldn't have been mean to you. We still would have been friends. But like, why didn't you ever hit on me? It sounds weird, right? I don't care. Let it be weird. Let it be weird. I know you my whole entire life. You never hit on me. You hid the fact that you're a lesbian for like 30 years. And then the chick that you're boning, if that's considered boning, is really ugly. She's like Stacy. Really? I know they can't all be 10s, but WTF?
Okay, ask Matt. We need a man's opinion. Are there any men in the chat still? Is Ben still there? We need
all the men up in here, say what up. Pete. We'll put Pete on the spot. Pete, if you want to
put the things on there,
click the link. I have been, so that Debbie can ask you a question. Ben, if you want to, click the link so Debbie can ask you a question
on the screen.
Let's I have been. Let's get a man's opinion from whatever her question is. I'm gonna go tinkle in the little girl's room. My husband is going to entertain y'all. Come on, boys.
Here's Maddie.
What up?
There's Maddie.
Hey, is he still alive, Ed McMahon?
Who?
Ed McMahon. Remember Here's Johnny?
I don't know.
You don't remember The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson? Look how cute Boaz is. You like Ben's dog, Bo?
Yeah, I like Ben's dogs. He's smoking cigars on Instagram. I always talk to him.
Pipes.
Huh?
I thought he smoked.
The pipes. I'm sorry, the pipes. You're right. Damn, this thing broke in half. Hold on, let me fix it.
What broke in half?
I had a big ass piece of wood I put on here. We don't have much left to burn. Check this mask I got at Amazon for like $10.
What'd you get?
It's the anonymous thing, but it lights up.
No! Don't you know they're like pro Antifa, dude? Get your money back.
This thing, the
anonymous. Google it, man. I've Googled. They're hackers, right?
Anonymous? You mean anonymous in general?
No, I'm talking about Anonymous the hackers. They're like an international group, and from what I gathered, they were.
I don't know what mask this is. I don't know if it's it's got to be anonymous, right?
Let me see. Is it Optimus Prime? I mean, it didn't really look like. Anonymous is the guy, like he has the mustache, like.
No, the hackers. This is the hacker mask. Them dudes are like beasts, man.
Yeah, but they're pro Antifa, man.
Really?
Get your damn money back. I know it's cool because I kind of like I was gonna
They're pro Antifa.
I was gonna save the like post. Somebody had a post that I found on YouTube um of their, situation. I was watching Snowden. You know Edward Snowden, right?
Yeah, he's the man. I like Edward Snowden. I listen to a
He's
lot
a
of his
man, right? And he's so young. It's like a trip that I was like listening to him. And then all of a sudden he was talking about like when he got a job here and got a job there. And I'm like,
Where
he's
do you
like
think
35 years old, man. I was like, God dang, he's younger than me and everything. And all this crazy stuff. You want to put him away for the rest of his life.
Yeah, he
I'm
was
floored.
explaining it, man. One time on one of his videos, he like does interviews with people and shit. He's a pretty cool dude, man. He risks his life for the American people.
Oh my God, yeah, but that's what I want to know. Like, these colleges, I guess he speaks at colleges. Is he doing it like virtually
Oh,
or is he actually
yeah.
coming in person?
No,
He's risking
like,
his life by coming to this country. Because they
yeah,
want to bury him under the damn prison,
he
It's
was
not
explaining.
right.
He said that there's a charge. I forget what his charge is. He's got a
Like
warrant.
treason or something. I mean, it's crazy.
He was like the feds.
A terrorist to them.
He was like, I'm charged with something that if I ever get arrested, there's no way I could beat it in trial. He's like,
No.
So
The rest of his life, man.
yeah, he's a beast.
It's not right. I like his whole deal. Absolutely.
He's tried to warn the American people a bunch of times.
Yes.
there's
Like
a
they're
channel
listening and all that stuff,
It's called Inner Vision. I learned a lot of shit from that channel. It's called Inner Vision. Let me see how many subs it has. But it
Well,
talks
Google, you're anonymous, but you have to write hacker group.
I can believe that because when the George Floyd thing happened, they made a video. When I watched it, it had like 8 million views, and they're like, "This is the anonymous. We're looking at the Minnesota Police Department," so I can believe that.
Yeah. Okay, but what about the $50 million in damage that peaceful protest bullcrap did? Okay, that's not a peaceful protest. Man, I mean, I'm going to get like slammed, just for saying that, but it's still America. The last time I checked, I do have freedom of speech, right? I mean, am I stupid to think that? Because
did you ever see, let me ask you a question. Did you ever see the real footage of the protests out there? Like, there was every time, like there was a couple like viral videos, but they're on the dark web or like Telegram or like something like that.
The media is so damn slanted, they refuse to show the reality.
This one dude came outside. These dudes ran up in his father's store, and he came outside, but he had a freaking sword. But he was just like he's defending his father's business, and they whooped this dude. They jumped him in the middle of the street, kicked his head in. It was like really graphic, but he died. He died. Like 100%. He died right out of there. You could just tell the way he stiffed up in his neck and the way his face was in the cement. He died, but these jits beat him down. That was happening a lot, but they were not showing that, man. I got the video and I shared it to a couple of my friends, but banned. You know what I mean? They immediately, you can't even share it anymore.
Oh my goodness! I know.
Yeah,
On Facebook, I was commenting on another channel's video about. Oh my goodness! They were talking about like Antifa and this Karen lady. That however many months ago that was happening when Seattle was, they were running amok. A motorcycle club decided, to get out and police their town. And so this Karen lady, first at that point, she was screaming, defund the police and craziness. I mean, it's crazy. It's anti-American. This group should be charged with domestic terror because you want to defund the police. You want to, do something that's not peaceful, cause all this destruction and mayhem. So a motorcycle group, a small one, I mean, as far as I know, but I might be wrong, wanted to police their town. And I mean, I've seen footage of a lot of groups in different huge cities when things have happened, unrest, shootings, gang problems. And I mean, 100 motorcycles would go out, man, and they shut it down, They don't
Cool.
do anything violent. They just pull up in formation because a lot of them are former military,
Remember the
So,
bikers talking about? They call them racist.
yeah, and they're, and
Yeah,
they're
they're just
called all
cruising.
sorts of
They're
names.
just riding, man. Look, they don't like, man. This shit right here is ugly. They don't like the white straight man. They
Well,
don't. They don't.
here's the thing, because they don't want alpha men because then they can't take our rights away.
They don't like white straight males. That's why they're
No,
transgender shit and all this other shit. But the real
trying to teach children about homosexuality, they're not even old enough to know about straight sex, let alone gay sex. I mean, they're little kids, man. And
It's strange. I have some, man. I'm tight with some black folks, man, and I like to see. I like to hear when black people speak about what's going on in the world right now, and that everybody sees what's happening, man. You know what I mean? But they are targeting white, straight white males. They don't, they don't want you. It's freaking weird, man.
it's an alpha male thing. They want beta males. They
Right.
want beta because
You know
beta
how
males bend
close-
over.
No more. You find out
Right.
you have no more firewood.
So my point was, I was commenting, I shared his video to my Facebook, and then I was making a huge comment, and the more I'd write about it, the more, incidents come into my head, and I'd say, well, and it was a really long comment, and Facebook wouldn't let me post it. Because it was even filling out words for me. When I would try to say the media, all I would write was the word the media, or the words the media, and Facebook would highlight the media and insert the word Facebook instead, because maybe at that time it was streaming on their platform.
Have you gone to the metaverse? That shit.
I know about the metaverse. I had to go deep into the metaverse. I tied a rope around my ankle. I had to go in to get my IG account back. Do you remember I was gone for like a week?
Yes.
And I kept sending texts to everybody going, I'm out. I don't know what happened. And I just tied a rope around my ankle, went deep into the metaverse, and I captured it back. I told everybody, I says, come hell or high water, I'm getting it back. I don't care what. I'm going in.
And you did.
I did it.
Oh shit! Hold up. I don't know why
Here's-
he's that up here.
Because
I didn't know why Matt didn't pull you
Hey,
up.
Dad. What's
Do you hear
up?
me?
Where's
What up?
yeah?
What up?
Where's Bo?
He's in the other room.
Oh, is he camera shy?
Should I take these headphones off? Y'all sound. Let me try.
It sound good to me, but what the hell do I know?
No,
You need to do that too.
someone talk.
Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear. Hold on, let me put them back on.
All right, testing 1, 2, 3, testing. Check, microphone check.
I think I'm gonna try to get Matt. I think he's in a bad mood for some reason.
All right, how's that?
No, you're
I hear
probably stricken or something. YouTube's gonna have a cow because of my mouth. I was talking about, the fascists
Mm.
Can't hear anything.
You can't
testing.
hear- Is your volume? I'll type to him.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? I know every time someone says that, I think of the Verizon commercials. Can you hear me now? You know what
Well, I
really
think in this
cool on top of you is that you can smell your burnt hair for like 30 minutes.
years.
You're in the
Look at his
show.
ears.
Everyone
She's
to
like,
see and hear
I
you.
can hear you.
Can you hear us?
I can't hear you guys.
I hear you perfectly loud and clear.
I could
guess-
at first.
guess
I'll
we
have to
can't
come
hear.
back in.
Hopefully,
I don't know. I'll
something
try that.
happens. Ding, 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 ding. Hey, Noel.
Let's drop the
Oh yeah,
link.
that's
I heard him
somebody's.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Devices not connected. So it's he has to connect himself.
What about this puppy? Could you see her ears? She's
How
like,
can you
I
miss
hear
ears?
yeah. You know, it's funny because
And in bed. In 5, 4, 3, 2. You better?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Sweet Caroline.
It
Good, sir.
sounds kind of like a robot, though.
Yeah, you do kind of sound a little bit,
Really?
robotic.
At least I can understand.
Yeah. Hey, that's good. How are you, Ben? What's up?
Good. Oh, you sound normal, but Debbie sounds like a robotic. Maybe
Oh,
our
that's because she's a
connection.
little fucked up.
What did you say?
Oh, now it's better. It
Because
got
you're a little fucked up.
It's
It's
past
better.
my bed.
it
And I
got
think
better.
acoustics in the room are kind of crappy, It's just.
I'll tell
um,
Bo to come. Bobo.
Oh, come here, Pooch.
Well,
The most
I don't know
beautiful
because
paw.
Susie.
There's
Oh, look,
Bo.
hi,
Look at that
Bo.
baby. Oh, he's beautiful.
He just woke up.
Look
Poor
at that
baby.
body. He is just all just.
He's
straight up.
gorgeous.
He's
He's like
beautiful.
solid muscle.
Yeah, he's a beautiful red nose.
You
I
know,
think
I
that's
want to.
good. I'm gonna convince Matt we should all go karaokeing at the bar that I like.
Yeah, baby.
You guys wanna go live at a karaoke bar and hear how horrible I sound? I don't give a
I
fuck.
used to go to the pool hall. No, it was a bowling alley, and they had a whole pool section. Just pool tables, and they had the karaoke on stage. So I mean, man, I just drank for like 12 hours, and then I would get up.
Gato, Mr. Roboto.
Do I really sound roboto? Maybe.
I mean,
Maybe
you sound Devi to me, but I mean, other people might not be fluent Devi, so who knows?
It's Devi.
Beautiful. What is it? What make and model?
Block.
Bo hates it.
Does he hate when you shoot? Oh, yeah, my old dogs used to hate it too.
What?
That's a short barrel.
It's a Glock 19, Gen 5. It's the new.
Nice.
What? Bo hates it.
You know what? When
If I
someone to go hunting,
watch
You know,
this.
I told Ben that he should start a channel and talk about like safety, his shooting skills and whatnot. And he's like the edge kind of. He doesn't know if he wants to or not. But I was like, you teach people safety. You're teaching people the rules, the do's and
Sorry.
don'ts, and then you're showing your skills. I'm like, everybody's gonna want to watch. Like, I'll tune in. I love guns.
that
I
would
love-
be.
All right. I'll put it up so he'll stop.
I'm sitting on the
It's
couch.
so funny that he hates just the sight of it. It's really funny.
He didn't
No,
really.
Dogs are funny like that because I was sitting on the couch and I had my chihuahua that I had rescued, up against my leg. And when somebody walked through with a rifle, she like started shaking, and then he stopped in the middle of the living room to say something. And she jumped up and got behind my back.
Like he's sitting good now.
He might have PTSD. Maybe.
And I got him when he was a tiny little baby, so I'm the only one who's had one around him. But until I racked it, did he start really going crazy, or and then after that, when I pointed it, it's when I drop the magazine and he hears that sound, or when I rack the slide, That
So she
that
Definitely it's
that
the sound.
sound makes him, yeah, he automatically thinks it's threatening. Then all I have to do is point it towards this direction and he goes crazy.
Yeah,
I
I
guess
get
that's good though, because that means he would be protective if he ever saw one.
actually be a really, really good like protective, like security type dog.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
mean,
would
beautiful dog.
crazy with the police when they shoot dogs, man. Makes me so mad.
Yeah, it's
You
terrible.
bark at them.
My biggest problem for so many years, because I'm a really responsible pit bull owner, you know, and
I
I was
started out rescuing with pit bulls. I only rescued pit bulls. I wouldn't rescue other dogs. Like I worked for a rescue, but I'm like one of the main person that only took in the pits because I had the home checks and everything to make sure that they were going to respectful, proper owners. So I only focused on the pits while everybody else focused on everything else.
yeah, you have to be a really responsible owner, you know. That's why they're called accidents. I would always tell people that they had a group too near my house where the pit bulls would wear bandanas around their necks, and like
I know. It's so cute.
yellow would mean like approach with caution.
Mhm.
Red was like do not come
Right.
near me, and
It tells you that they'll put like ribbons on their collars.
He wears like a black
I love you.
he wears a black harness that's got reflective stuff on it that says service dog, and it makes him look like one of those police dogs and stuff, or like one of those search and rescue. And it's cool at night because you can see the reflective part on the side and in the front when he runs out around the field. It's pretty cool. But
Is he okay when you shoot at targets and whatnot in your yard?
Yeah, he doesn't mind the sound. He doesn't
just the pistol itself.
He just doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't like it. Me when I'm like right now, he's handing this toy to me. He's high energy. He's high energy, and he constantly wants to play. And he's like he jumps like he's like a high. He jumps straight up in the air like 7-8 feet.
I'm telling you, friggin' pit bulls can jump like they have springs in their bodies.
Yeah, he just hops over the top of the barbed wire like it's like just nothing, like a joke. Or if I hold like a stick, like I'm 6'1" and I can hold like a stick up as tall as I can, and he'll jump up and grab it out of my hand. But he's really high energy, and he's
together and figure out a live date.
He totally never like settles down, and you like he always wants to go. So it's kind of hard because because me being like disabled and stuff, I don't have as much energy, and so I try to like do as much as I can with them, but he gets bored. But I do have a lot of land, so what I do is I take him out in the field, and then I let him just run full blast, and he runs so fast, it's unbelievable. Like out in the 8-acre donkey field, he plays with the donkeys and runs, and then he just goes. He'll like be like at one side of the fence, and then all of a sudden he'll be like at the next, and it's like unbelievable.
That's awesome. Does he get the zoomies? I mean, does he automatically know he can just go crazy when he gets to a certain area?
Yeah, like as soon as I put
insane.
I put my his harness on, and then I put the leash on, and I walk him out to the donkey fence, and then as soon as he can feel, as soon as I unclip the latch, he just goes and then takes off and then flies.
My people used to chase people, not because she was mean, because she wanted you to love her on her. But when you see a big, built, real well built, like sturdy pit bull running at you, people get scared.
Yeah.
And, like I take her to the vet, and the vet the first time was intimidated. I'm like, listen, you have to pet her. He's like, what? If you don't pet her, she's not going to leave you alone. Before you do anything, you have to pet her. And he started petting her, and she'd kiss him and stuff, and then she was fine. She'd sit down and do whatever he told her to do. The mail lady came one day, and she ran out past me because I had a box in my hand that was delivered to me, and she chased her, and they went in circles around the mail car truck, whatever the hell. thing is. And I'm like,
Alpha.
stop running. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, if you stop running and pet her, she won't chase anymore. She's like, "Woo," and she's still running. She's like, are you serious? I'm gonna stand fucking still, bro. She stood still, and my dog was like, love me. And she was like, oh my God, you weren't lying. I'm like, oh, no shit. I know my dog. Good night.
Right.
I will definitely talk to you tomorrow. I love you and thank you. You didn't have to do those donations and stuff. I appreciate it. It's not expected, but I love you. Thank you so much.
Who's saying goodnight?
Voices behind the wall.
Oh yeah. Did they just upload a video
She said she did a video earlier. Yeah.
about Jose? I don't know who the hell Jose is, but
Come say hi to Ben.
I know Cuervo.
What up, Ben? What's going on, mate?
We got a threesome going on.
What's happening with it?
Nah,
Chilling. Just
You all
playing
right?
with the dog, and I was
Okay.
playing with the Glock for a second.
His handgun and the dog was barking.
oh my goodness, this dog is
Let the thing burn.
terrorizing my hair.
It's got hot, isn't it?
I have like a couple more pieces of clothing to throw in. You want me to do it now? Just to get over with?
You know, she's only one, so she likes to chew on my hands and stuff.
Yeah, they get broke of that after a while. It takes
Well,
a little
she-
while.
You know, she was like, what they say is a Velcro dog. I don't like that term. You know, she just, but she's kind of, after she turned 1 year old, she's been getting away from the clinginess. She wants to go off and explore by herself and see what she can get into trouble with. You know, she's
They were
really,
yelling, Susie!
she's coming along, you know, with a lot of commands. She's funny because she'll get a complicated command, you know, like go fast, and she'll go, you know, breakneck speed down the hallway ahead of me because she heals everywhere I go. And sometimes in the hallway, I'll say, you know what, go ahead of me, just go fast. And she'll look up and she'll say, okay. And she'll just take off, you know, to the bedroom because I don't want to step on her or fall on her or whatever.
The
I mean,
one
she'll-
day she tried to trip you. My
Yeah.
dog and cat were playing, and this is like a week or two after my hysterectomy, and Matt was working out, and I sent my oldest down to. I'm like, go tell Matt that I just burnt my entire body. The dog and cat were playing and chased each other, and they freaking ran in between my legs as I was cooking hamburgers.
Oh my
And when that
God.
happened, I flipped. I ended up tripping and flipping the frying pan, and all the grease. I ended up with blisters all over my body. I ended up having, they told me it was a 2nd-degree burns. It was like all over my arms. I looked like crazy. When I went to the doctor, they wrapped me from like my elbows to my fingertips. I looked like a friggin' mummy. I'm so happy I didn't get my face though. Like, thank God. But still, it was not pleasant. It hurt so bad. I sat on the floor and I just rocked back and forth crying. And I was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm okay." And he's like, "Okay." But yeah, 2nd-degree
No,
it was covered in blisters. I looked horrible.
Burns
kind
are terrible.
of-
I blew my legs up from having a big bonfire out here. I would always pour a bunch of gasoline in, and then I would dip a stick in, then I would light the stick and throw it at the thing, and then it would explode. And I was drinking E&J with all my friends back. That was when I first moved here, when I was still
Yeah.
drinking, and it landed right next to it, but it was so it didn't ignite. And I got close to it, and I turned around like backwards to just where my legs were, like back away from the fire, and I had my face away from it, and I picked up the stick and I tossed it towards it, and then this like mushroom cloud went right across the bottoms of my back 2 legs, and it like melted the skin off my 2 back legs, and I had to have them, like you said, they had to wrap them up, and
That's so
Yeah.
painful.
it
It's
sucked.
so painful, and unless you have like really bad burns like that, you really don't understand how horrible.
I was embarrassed to tell like the doctor, the emergency room.
Well, at my last fire pit, I tripped over a rock, and my fire was still going, but I ended up going forward, and I landed. Debbie, I think I was on the phone with you. I landed in the fire pit, and like my hands, I braced them against the rims of the fire pit. It was like extremely hot, and I ended up freaking being. I was so upset. My feet were burnt.
Because
flops, everything. It sucked. Matt's like, you just can't stop getting burnt. It's like,
And
yeah.
I use that same method like since I was like 14, and then this happened when I was like 21, and I would do this every single time. I would just like soak the whole entire thing with gas, and then I would get way back, and then I would dip the stick in and light the stick, and I would throw it so I would be way back, and then I could watch the explosion. But it was because I was drinking too much, but it landed. I missed, and then it was like 5 feet away from it. So I went over, and I like turned around, and I thought it had evaporated up enough to where I could just kind of toss it without being as far away, and then this cloud just shot past me, just knee high though, because it was like it just went whoo across my legs.
Every now and again, Matt
Look at her
will
story.
put a little cup of gasoline on the fire before I burn it. I light it. And this one time I did it, and like you always know when there's gas. You have to, as soon as you flicked it, you have to bounce back. Well, I bounced back, but the flames came at me faster than I bounced. And he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm just meant to get set on fire."
Yeah, this one was like, you remember on the Terminator when that nuclear bomb goes off, and then Terminator 2, and then everybody's like ashes. That's what it was like. Like this wave came across my legs, and that's what it reminded me of.
I did speaking of drinking, I did the thing. I was on my deck, and everybody was kind of in the driveway in the yard, getting their cars worked on and just silly things, right? Installing whatever and jacking the truck up and, whatever they're doing. So, some people were kind of talking to me from the end of the driveway on the deck. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'll be right there, So I walked up and I turned on the gas to this big propane barbecue. And, I think like every idiot does this. When you lift the lid, it goes, it's
because the air.
And everybody on the
funny
driveway.
you said that, because I have a similar story.
Everyone on the driveway was like, "Oh my God, do you have any eyebrows left? I can't believe you still have hair," And they were tripping out. And I was like, "Wow, that was cool,"
So I think Matt can attest to this. Being from Florida, they have like the electric stoves, so it's like the circle, the coil, stove top. You know what I mean? The burners.
Yeah.
Well, up north, it's always gas. Well, I moved up north because I was 18 and knew everything. Trust me, it was the worst decision ever. Anywho, my brother had a gas stove. And he's like, it's not. I'm like, it's not lighting, Mike. It's not lighting. And he's like, okay, just get a lighter and flick it. I'm like, okay. So I turn it all up high, and I'm eyeballing it, and I'm like this, and I go, and it goes. Whoosh. My fucking eyebrows, both of them singed right off. And he's like, "What is that smell?" I was like, "You told me to light it with a lighter." And he's like, "I didn't tell you to set yourself on fire." I'm like, I have no eyebrows. I'm like, they're just falling off as I rub my face. And he's like, "You're an idiot." I'm like, "You're an idiot. In Florida, we have electric stoves."
Yeah, I got both. One time when I was hanging out with all my friends when I was a teenager, we were all having a campfire outside, and we were all tripping on acid. And then one of my friends, there was like no warning. We were all just standing around the fire, just having a good time, like just tripping balls off of like blotter. And then all of a sudden, like one of my friends with no warning went and filled up a whole entire cup with gas and didn't tell anybody. And he just ran by and threw the gas on the fire. And that same thing happened. Like a wave went over me, and it hit my eyebrows, and then I was like instantly, because it didn't hurt me and I didn't get burnt, but my eyebrows and shit did, and I instantly went from like everything was cool and we were having like a good ass time, and it went from like that to all of a sudden like fucking like intense anger, and then I was like ready to kill him. And then it was like, then the whole night, like all we kept talking about after that was we were like, "You're never safe. we were like, 1 minute everything can be cool, and then it can just, and that's all that it made so much sense at the time, but now it really doesn't. But it was like, you're never safe. Like 1 second, you get like you never know what will happen, and that was like the whole theme of the night after that.
Right,
That's
in the
awesome.
blink of an eye, everything can, go down.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So-
Like,
exactly.
Doesn't
know
know the
what you're gonna
story, but he knows the people. My first boyfriend, my like actual boyfriend ever. I was staying with him and like our three friends who are good friends with Matt. In fact, the one friend is the one that introduced Matt and I. And then my boyfriend's sister. We stayed at their aunt's house, and they had a fireplace. And they were like, you can burn anything you want, throw whatever you want in there. And we're all just like throwing everything in the fucking fireplace, right? And I'm like, I think it's empty. I tossed it in the fucking fireplace. They said throw whatever you want in there. It was a can of WD-40. It was not empty. The entire fucking fireplace
Lord.
exploded. The leather couch caught on fire. And I was like, you did say throw whatever we wanted in the fireplace. Bella, however, said she says, I lit my shed up on fire at 7 years old trying to get my bike out. The shed blew out, but I got my bike out. I just want to know how it is going to get the bike turned into a fire. There was a gas tank on one side of the shed and a car battery on the other. And who is the idiot?
Oh shit.
And put one on top of the other. Yep, moi.
Battery
Bella
acid.
apparently was trying to make room to get her bike out of the shed, and she went kaboom. But her bike was safe, everybody. I hope it was like pretty with the basket. It went bring bring, get a bell and stuff. Like I hope it was like worth saving.
I don't play with fire. Like those people that blow glass and stuff.
I love it. I love it.
Man, I had a beautiful bowl. It was clear with like pink ribbon through it. And I think that stuff's so cool. They make little animals and everything. And
But I got out just in time. She said, "Yeah." Well,
I've been
there's a
doing
glass
something.
blower on IG, honey. You got to see it.
I've
I
been doing
used to go
something
to
kind of
a place
of.
that blows glass. It's awesome to watch it happen.
He does that.
I've been getting into something that's kind of dangerous. It's kind of more volatile and scary than fire.
Dude.
If you like, I've been getting like 925 and sterling silver, and
Okay.
then you can take you get nitric acid, and then you boil you have to boil it down, and
you
it
make them
boils
hard?
it boils the metal down into nitrous oxide, and you get a blue solution, and then you put copper down into it, and then it precipitates into pure crystal silver that you get out of it. And so
Matt
you
wants to do that. My husband, literally, we've been talking about this for a couple of months. He wants to start getting you can make you can even use cupcake trays. We've been watching videos. We want to do beer cans, aluminum cans, and just melt them down and put them
and
into.
you can do it with copper, and then you can get the from eBay. You can get the broken sterling silver, like old broken jewelry, and all kinds of just junk silver and old coins that are old and all that. And you can buy bags of it that are like, it's just junk shit. And then you burn it all off with a torch first, and then you put it in a beaker, and then you pour the muriatic acid over it, and then you put it on a hot plate, heat it up until it all dissolves and then turns blue, and then you take it off and let it cool. Then you put a piece of copper tubing down into it, and then stir it around, and then
oxygenate it to purify it.
It automatically, like the blue crystals the blue silver that's dissolved into the acid changes the copper and does a reaction, and then turns into these silver crystals, and then it eats off the copper and then leaves the pure silver. So then you rinse it off and filter it, and then you take it and you pour it and melt it like you were saying, and then when you're done, you got pure 999 fine
So,
white
bar.
silver. Yeah, that's worth big like money. Yeah, like
Matt wants to
and-
know where do you get your molds at? Because we've seen
Oh,
like
you-
you can make cupcake trays and you can make them in like sand and whatnot. But like, where do you get your molds? Like, an actual.
there
Like,
were you can get them really cheap on Amazon.
really? What are they called?
Yeah.
Like, what are they called?
They're called crucibles.
Crucible. That's right. Crucibles.
And you need to put borax on the on them first, and you need to heat up the crucible first before you pour it. You put the torch on it and hold it on there, so that when it'll crack if you don't when you pour it on. For $100 you can get one of the machines that heats up to over 1,000 degrees. And then all you have to do is just put the crucible in it and shut it, and then digitally turn it to the melting point of whatever metal you're going to use. Then you don't have to try to use some kind of torch and then hurt yourself.
So
We
you
were told that you could just like
settle
things
the
you could put, like,
torch.
a rack over the fire pit that you could do it, or you could bury it into the fire pit. I don't think that's hot enough. Like,
No.
It's not. For silver, you need to go to it's almost 1,900 degrees. I mean, you could if you insulated like a piece of metal and then wrapped it like I've seen people make them where they but you have to have gas anyway, and you have to have like a metal container that you cut open, then you have to wrap it with insulation. But I mean, for all that, you can get one that holds the crucible like perfect, and it shuts so that it's safe, and then it's like digital, and you can turn it like if you know the melting point, you can turn it to the exact melting point, and then you just use like a pair of tongs when it's done and lift it up, and then you just pour it right out without any problems.
You get the entire kit off of Amazon.
Yeah, they have all the stuff on Amazon. The
Let me
tongs,
ask-
but you don't want to maybe not mess with the muriatic acid. Like if the muriatic acid is a neurotoxin, and when it's eating up the metal, they do it inside of a hood where a fan is sucking out the oxygen. So if you do that, even if you're outside, you have to wear a gas mask. You have to wear all rubber on your arms, and
Oh, yeah.
I mean it'll like eat, like if you just one drop on yourself, it'll like go right through your bones. It's scary shit. And if you breathe it can like affect you like years later. And then the other thing is you got to add water to it, because water makes it react, and you got to add it really slow as you're heating it. And if you add it a little bit too fast, then it can have a delayed reaction, and it can like all of a sudden shoot up like a volcano and overflow. And so it's like it's really like there's a lot of shit that you can like really fuck yourself up. I mean, it's like deadly. It's more deadly than messing with fire or anything. Like
It's equivalent to like making meth in a freaking
yeah.
Okay,
because-
so we're now
I'm-
making meth. We went from making
Muriatic
silver
acid.
to meth. Okay,
But
Right.
messing with the acid.
about
But if
that.
you
Where's the acetylene gas? Where's the gas going for?
You see,
Like to fill up a tank.
like,
oh
something blowtorch isn't that expensive.
yeah, you can get a propane. You can get a propane tank filled up, one of the big ones, for like $30-$40, and
I
then
know
they have
that. A lot. Like the $20 tanks are now 40. I've
yeah.
heard.
Well, and it also depends. It depends on like they have ones where they're half full, and then they have 3/4 full, and then whole way full. And
I'm
you
just curious about the acetylene.
you like take in the old one and then get a new one, and then like have like a head that screws on, or you can get these little ones. I'll show you like for camping. Hold on, I have one. Like here, you can get these. This is like one that it hooks on a small camp. This is like a small camping tank, and it screws
Oh.
on, and you just turn the knob, and then you light it. And I
Right.
mean that would melt like a small amount.
Do you have the grinder? Like you click it and it sparks and it makes the fire, or you just like flick a
Yeah, I have one of those, or you can use a lighter. I mean it, but
You know what I miss? I miss little books of matches, like at 7-Eleven.
Remember you could get them at the bars and they were always free in a big gold.
yeah,
The restaurants everywhere, man.
I used to wood ones a lot. I've got this thing. This thing right here is a match that you strike. Hold on, I'll show you. It's got a ferro rod, but it's a match, so that you can strike it and use it as many times as you want.
That's cool.
And you
See that?
That's a great
Right,
survival.
So it's got gas in here, like butane gas, and then this has a ferro rod on it with the metal, and then you just stick it back in. So
And it
you
goes out.
you take it, and then you can just strike it.
That's an
Just-
awesome survival tool.
It's like for pipes or for camping.
That yeah, either one. Yeah, and then I have the kind that's just the ferro rod that doesn't have the gas in it, that you can just scratch some of the stuff off, and then you can strike it, and then it'll also start a fire. And then I have my butane, I have my Zippos and my pipe. This is where I light my pipes with.
Because
Are you a survivalist, Ben?
I mean,
Like, do you have like a little like hit the road if I need to kit set up and ready to run?
go back?
yeah, I'm not really like real into it like some people, but like
Right. Like me.
I do think that way. Like
All right.
I have we have chickens, and we have like we live on 10 acres, and we're stocking up on ammunition. Like my dad, he has like different shotguns, and I have shotguns here. We have 308 hunting rifle. We just got a 22, and then we
I had a 22 rifle, but it was just the old school ones that you put the ammo in and you had to spring load it.
yeah.
Spring loaded 22. Yeah.
And I want to get a pump shotgun next, but
My favorite was I had a 410 double barrel shotgun, break barrel. I love
this is a 410 right here, behind me.
I used to have a pump 12 gauge, man. When you rack that sucker, anybody on the other side of that door starts running.
Yeah, when they hear that sound.
my
Yeah,
that my
But that's-
battery fixing to die on my laptop. I didn't bring the plug out, so
Yeah, and I
I'm
passed
gonna
our
let you guys run for the night. Plus, it's like 2 a.m. on my word. I've had a couple
Okay.
2 days in a row. I'm out late, but we're gonna get together again here soon. I promise you that.
Real
I-
quick, one last thing about the prepper thing. The one thing that I've been doing about prepping is that I've been getting way into is like on my Instagram. When you see, I've been showing a lot of silver that I've been saving up and collecting, and as the dollar is getting devalued and inflation is happening, silver is way down low and gold went way up, and silver just went up since I bought mine, has already went up like $5. And then
Matt has a friend who collects that invests in that, and he even said the prices are going up on silver.
yeah, and all throughout history, there's always been a
Or not.
20-to-1 ratio to where 1 ounce of silver, say, was always 20 would be 20 to gold, and right now gold went way up high, and they're holding silver down low. So what's going to happen is as the dollar gets inflated, the silver is going to go up, and it's going to like triple or double. So any of it that you can save could be in the future that you could make a good amount of money off of, or you could survive if something was like a catastrophe.
Awesome point.
I'm making the prediction that because of our issues with the people that unleashed the virus, that country,
They're trying to
that we have to stock up on computer components and parts.
Right.
Because they're going to stop. They're going to cut us off. I mean,
And that's what they use. They use silver for all that. And they use silver for all the smart bombs. Each one of the warheads that they're using, like in Ukraine, has 500 ounces on each warhead. And all the phones and all the technology needs it. And there's not enough. They're not putting enough out that's getting used. So, like, they're holding it down temporarily. But what's going to happen is all of a sudden, like, our mint just stopped putting out the gold eagles.
Right.
And so they're just going to stop, and then everybody's going to all of a sudden go make a run, and all the people that weren't buying it are going to all of a sudden try to buy it. Then the price is going to skyrocket. So everything that you have saved now will be worth, it'll go up 50 to 100% within the next couple of years. I'm saying. So
oh,
I
that's what I wanted to tell Noelle. I meant to tell her earlier. Noelle, you have to start a garden, honey.
I love it. It's just
You're in the perfect climate. You need to have those kinds of goods on hand.
yes.
Well, I'm good at canning and stuff, so we'll figure it out.
Oh, that's
Anyway,
awesome.
guys, I am gonna definitely say goodnight because I'm kind of tired. Matt's fixing to get in bed right now. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah, fun.
I enjoy hanging out with all of y'all. So you know it.
Hi, y'all.
Anyway, I will.
Yeah.
Talking to you.
I'm usually really shy, and you guys got me talking on here, so this is like big for me.
You're talking is awesome because you told me you had issues with that.
I do, but I don't like now that I'm on, I feel fine.
Yeah, you just have
you're with friends. You're with family. Say hi. This is Ash. I call him
Ashhole.
Ashhole.
Look, isn't he cute, Susie? She is so jealous. When I was telling her how cute Ash is, she come running in like, I'm the cute one. Because I always tell her she's so cute.
You gotta love me.
She knows what that means. So when I told Ash she was cute, she got jealous.
That's funny. All right, everyone. I love y'all. I'm out of here.
All right, honey. All right. Bye, Ben.
Bye. Sweet dreams, everybody.
Dreams.
There comes a time in